STS-107 was the 113th flight of the Space Shuttle program, and the disastrous final flight of Space Shuttle Columbia. The mission launched from Kennedy Space Center in Florida on January 16, 2003, and during its 15 days, 22 hours, 20 minutes, 32 seconds in orbit conducted a multitude of international scientific experiments. The 7 members of the crew were killed on February 1 when Columbia disintegrated during re-entry into the atmosphere. The Columbia Accident Investigation Board determined the failure was caused by a piece of foam that broke off during launch and damaged the thermal protection system on the leading edge of the orbiter's left wing. During re-entry, the damaged wing slowly overheated and came apart, eventually leading to loss of control and disintegration of the vehicle. The cockpit window frame is now exhibited in a memorial inside the Shuttle Atlantis Pavillion at John F. Kennedy Space Center. Mission highlights: STS-107 carried the Space Hub Double Research Module on its inaugural flight, the Freestar experiment, and the Extended Duration Orbiter Pallet. Space Hub was first flown on STS-57. One of the experiments, a video taken to study atmospheric dust, may have detected a new atmospheric phenomenon, dubbed a tiger. On board Columbia was a copy of a drawing by P.E.T. Uggins, the editor-in-chief of the magazine Freedom, who depicted what he imagined the Earth looked like from the Moon when he was a 14-year-old prisoner in the Teresa N concentration camp. The copy was in the possession of Ilan Ramon and was lost in the crash. Ramon also traveled with the dollar bill received from the Lubavitch Areb. An Australian experiment, conducted by students from Glen Waverley Secondary College, was designed to test the reaction of zero gravity on the web formation of the garden orb spider. Crew insignia. The central element of the patch is the microgravity symbol, a microgram, flowing into the rays of the astronaut symbol. The mission inclination is portrayed by the 39-degree angle of the astronaut symbol to the Earth's horizon. The sunrise is representative of the numerous experiments that are the dawn of a new era for continued microgravity research on the International Space Station and beyond. The breadth of science and the exploration of space is illustrated by the Earth and stars. The constellation Columba was chosen to symbolize peace on Earth and the Space Shuttle Columbia. The 7 stars also represent the mission crew members and honor the original astronauts who paved the way to make research in space possible. 6 stars have 5 points, the 7th has 6 points like a Star of David, symbolizing the Israeli Space Agency's contributions to the mission. An Israeli flag is adjacent to the name of payload specialist Ramon, who was the first Israeli in space. The crew insignia or patch design was initiated by crew members Dr. Laurel Clark and Dr. Kalpana Chawla. First-time crew member Clark provided most of the design concepts as Chawla led the design of her maiden voyage STS-87 insignia. Clark also pointed out that the dove in the Columba constellation was mythologically connected to the explorers the Argonauts who released the dove. Gallery. See also, List of Space Shuttle missions, Space Science, Space Shuttle Columbia disaster. References. This article incorporates public domain material from websites or documents of the National Aeronautics and Space Administration. Literature: William H. Starbuck, Moshe Farhan, Organization at the Limit, Lessons from the Columbia Disaster. Blackwell, Malden 2005, ISBN 1405131008-X. External links: NASA's Space Shuttle Columbia and her crew, NASA Streets 107 Crew Memorial webpage, NASA's STS-107 Space Research website, Spaceflight Now, STS-107 Mission Report, Science Reports at the Wayback Machine, Press Kit, article describing experiments which survived the disaster, article, Astronaut Laurel Clark from Resign, WI, Status Reports detailed NASA status reports for each day of the mission.